We are here at a private residence where an awesome man named Scott invited Andrew and I to come see his elevators. This one is a 1936 Shepard home lift, which he purchased and rebuilt to put into his house. This is a very epic elevator. The best part about it is that it was completely restored and rebuilt so that it runs perfectly. This elevator is absolutely amazing. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a ride on this amazing elevator. As you can see, the elevator comes down from the ceiling and is completely exposed. This makes this thing even more epic. There's a look up the shaft. You can see it's driven by two chains. Here's the button. It's an old Otis button. Let's go ahead and enter this elevator. As you can see, the cab is quite small, only allowing enough room for one person. It has a 350-pound capacity, so it's not a very big elevator, as you can see. Here's the controls. Original COP. There's the light switch. Look at those awesome buttons. Now let's go ahead and close the gate and take a ride. Another thing with this elevator is you do not have to have the gate closed in order to operate it. So we're going to take a ride with the gate open. And now Scott is going to explain this elevator and all of its safety features.
Interface lockout. This actually keeps power from going to the elevator. When the doors open, the elevator's disabled. This will prevent somebody from running the elevator down and leaving the door open, so somebody can't walk into the.
This is the original running cam right here too.
Right, and so not only is that a power disable to keep someone from running the elevator down, secondary, that becomes a door lock interface. So once the elevator's down, you can't open this door from a safety aspect. I'm going to just stop it here.
That's actually with his final limit switch.
So so we've got two means of stopping as the elevator comes up. There's a first and primary stop, which is intended to be the stop height of the elevator. This is just an override. In the event the first step fails, this second switch would be activated. But the first switch is on the back side of that, and you'll see a little cam kind of come up there. Yeah, I guess the wood blocked it. But anyway, so you've got two means of stopping. The other thing that I want to show you will be inside. I'm going to run this thing down a little bit, and we'll get it down to a certain level, and I'm just going to override stop it here, since nobody's in there to stop it for us, so we can look in the top of the car.
You got two relays, one up, one down.
So as we come in here and we look in the top of the car, we're going to see several things. Number one, you see switches. You see a switch on this side. Same thing over here. These switches are actually what ties to that stop down below, which you seen earlier. And so those are actual stop switches for the down. Secondary safety, which is actually really cool. There's a second set of switches in here, and what these switches go to, they go to this torque shaft. So if either one of these chains, and they're independent, if either one of these chains were to get slack, say the cart bound up or anything like that happens, this will rock. As soon as that rocks, it will hit this switch and disable power to the elevator, which basically renders it useless because something's malfunctioning on it. If in the event one of these chains came loose, say something dropped for whatever reason, this thing will snap down, this torque shaft comes across, and down inside of here there's another safety device that actually wedges itself, and it will really, the harder you push down on the elevator, the tighter that will get. So it would prevent a free fall situation. I could literally come in here and torch these two chains, and this elevator, it'll move just a few inches, jam up, and stop.
That's based on Otis Elevator's original safety device.
Okay.
So yeah, this is a pretty epic elevator you have here. Let me
thanks.
get a close up of that plate in there.
Let you slide in there
with the information on it. Let's see. I'll have to use the zoom lens to see if I can read that. So yeah, this is a pretty epic elevator here. Here it comes up. A big thanks to Scott and his wonderful dad for showing us this elevator.
One other thing I'm going to show you. I don't presently have the nut on the front that this handle would interface to, but in the event of a total power failure or a elevator failure, what they did back in the day, this cover panel would have been on the front up here, which we've got all this exposed for the video, but we'll put that on. You would have had a hole in there where you put this thing through, and I'm told about 600 turns will take it down, but it would be exhausting, but that's what this was for.
Yeah, so you can hand crank and wind it by hand. So yeah, this is what the door up here looks like all put together. Beautiful ornate wood. The door's original from 1936, right?
That's correct. Yep.
All right. Scott, a big thank you for showing us this awesome elevator.
Glad you guys came out.
Another safety feature of this elevator is this little bump right here at the bottom. If it hits anything below the elevator, it will stop the elevator. Just like that. This is also how the elevator knows when it's on the bottom floor. You can see here it'll bump the switch. Now we're going to take a look at the motor in action.